we'll get on to the next one. It is the Storm versus the Titans. And the Storm and the Titans both missing a fair chunk of players. I mean, the Storm this morning, big news that Nico Hines is going to be leaving at the end of the year. It was pretty much a given. It was just a case of where would he be going. Turns out that the Sharks have put in a more than suitable offer for him, so he'll be heading there next season. So don't think that means that he's going to switch off, though. Eremaya is into the 5 shirt. Adokar off on origin duty. Cooper Johns named in the 6. Asafa Solomona is off the bench and into the starting prop. As we mentioned, Kafusi is found not guilty. He wasn't named in the 17 regardless, but he'll be looking forward to getting out there for Origin as he's been found not guilty. Lewis and Penny, 16 and 17, Kamakamitha and Booth make up the other interchange spots. Dale Finucane, really surprised not to see him named in the Origin squad. He's been there or thereabouts for me, but that one's by the by. Going down to the Titans, there's two obvious standouts there. The first one is Campbell in the 1 shirt. Obviously the son of Preston Campbell, the Titans great. And then Ash Taylor named in the 6 shirt. No Tanner Boyd this week. He's dropped. And then a bit of a changed up bench as well for the Titans due to origin duty. So you have Clark, Peachy, Whitbread and Vuna all coming in. Obviously missing the likes of Fafita this week in that second row spot. How do you think this one plays out?
Storm 13+. That's it. Yeah, again, second string Storm side. If you think about it, but their second string is just as good, if not better, than 12 of the 16 first string sides in the NRL at the moment. Nico Hines has been fantastic at fullback. You can understand why the Sharks picked him up, even though they did re-sign Will Kennedy. To me, and I mentioned it to you when you had told me about the signing, I think that confirms that Sean Johnson's out. I think he's gone. Moylan will go to 7. Hines will go to 6. Kennedy in the 1. If that's the case, Sharks are in the 8 next year. No doubt about it. Record it. Quote me on it. Aramia is their 4th, 5th choice winger, maybe. Again, does his job. Does it well. It's part of that system. Cooper Johns did the job a couple of weeks ago. Has jumped Riley Jacks in the halves stakes. Doesn't surprise me. Expect the likes of Hughes and Hines to really excel, and Cooper Johns will be a supporting role. The Cheese, Brandon Smith, starting hooker anywhere else, but he's at the Storm, second string hooker to Harry Grant. You got Aaron Booth there with Kamakamitha, Chris Lewis and Aaron Penne, all guns in their own right. Titans, yes, they welcome back Ash Taylor. Yes, they have a son of a gun in Jaden Campbell. Yes, they bring back the dynamic Tyrone Peachy, who can play and will play anywhere. But Storm 13+, I'm going to ride the Nico Hines train once again and potentially take your tip, Matthew. Nico Hines, anytime try scorer.
No, I refuse to back the same player twice in 2 weeks. That can't be me. Yeah, I mean, I'm tipping Storm 13+ as well. The Titans, their roster's been picked apart by Origin this week. They're missing some of their best players. Unfamiliar fullback. He's going to be on debut. He's got a lot of hype around him. Young players with a lot of hype around him sometimes cannot be the greatest combination. It can force them a little bit back into their own heads. It can put a lot of undue pressure on them. You saw it with Kalen Ponga at the Cowboys when he was first starting out in comparison to the player that he is after having a little bit of time to develop. He'll be keen to make a good impression. He'll be keen to try and tie down that starting spot, but it could potentially lead to a bit of a shaky debut. Fingers crossed for the kid that it's not the case. You always want to see a young player come in and do well, but I think the Storm, you got Cooper. Jerome Hughes has got a great boot on him. Cooper Johns is not too shabby either. They're just going to hang high balls on him all day. Just hang the ball on top of him and let players charge through, put that pressure on, try and force some mistakes. Don't let him get early ball. Don't let Campbell get early confidence. that's how the Storm are going to play this one. And in their usual style as well, just block play on block play. Brandon Smith in and around that hooker spot. I'm going to tip him for my anytime try scorer. Smith was tipped to be going to the Titans at one point, and amongst pretty much every other squad team in the world, when news media got hold of stories that Melbourne were looking to move him on, or that he was looking to get a starting spot elsewhere. I just think that Smith will just take advantage of some of those maybe tired bodies in and around the middle of the park. You've seen it time and time again. He's just compact. He's strong. You get him going at the line at speed. He'll just fire through players. He'll either take you with him or he'll go through you. It's as simple as that. And I don't see it being any different. So I expect to see a big kicking game out of the Storm. Campbell, a lot of questions asked early of him, and a Brandon Smith anytime try with a Storm 13+ win here. I don't see the Titans standing up.
Easy game.
Yep.